Wait, so his name? Forgive me if I'm wrong. Maybe you can help me out here with your pending Ivy League degree.
Thank you. Wow, I feel like I'm getting way too much. Twice.
Chasm's the word.
See, nobody ever respects her here, so this is new and exciting.
All right.
No, it's not. I get respect from people who actually respect me.
Like,
like literally everyone at school.
like
I don't
woke
know.
liberals.
I mean, people who are actually gonna get me a job and into grad school.
Like the people, those they hear the word and their balls just implode inside of them.
They literally, just one of them pops. They go. On the ground, writhing, fucking
Just screaming.
Anyway, to answer your question, chasm is spelled K-A-Z-I-M, not like chasm.
I wasn't asking the
Not
spelling.
like
I was
a
actually
hit in the
asking
ground.
the definition. Is it just like isn't like a
chasm.
big abyss?
It's like an abyss, like a
So your friend's named after that's actually kind of fun.
yeah.
Because an abyss is
Well, his name isn't C-H-A-S-M.
what is it?
It's K-A-Z-I-M, but like
Oh.
phonetically it sounds like
Yeah.
His brother's name is Neon.
Oh yeah, neon.
N-H-E-A-N.
Brother, and then
Really?
it's like
Yeah.
chasm, neon, and what, Ryan?
Ryan.
Yeah.
But it's like R-H-Y-A-N.
Yeah.
Darkness, lightness, and then
Ryan.
Ryan.
Wow,
Ryan.
fascinating.
Yeah.
Name symbolism.
His family's a little weird. I went to I gotta say, they make really good jerk chicken. His
Martin,
family.
that's
sense.
just a little racist. I don't know.
No, I'm serious. Like I've had
Oh, thank you.
jerk chicken that his family has made, and it is honestly some of like the best
Thank you
chicken
very
I've
much.
ever had.
What do you want? One?
I'm afraid to go
Oh,
to
sure,
Chasm's
thank you.
house.
Oh yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Last time I dropped him off, his brother.
I
I
haven't
picked him
had it.
up, and like his brother was
haven't
like,
had a
crying.
Popeye's chicken
and like
sandwich?
Chasm's like, "Look what you've done! You made him cry because you're taking me." I'm like, "Am I supposed to feel bad? Like you asked me to pick you up."
Yeah.
I don't know. Chasm says his parent or his mom doesn't think we're a good influence, and I'm like,
It's
I'm a good influence.
She's right.
I've never done
She's right.
anything
She's
bad.
100% right.
I'm a great influence.
That's
I don't know what you
not
guys are
true.
talking about.
I wholeheartedly disagree.
I feel like there's no
I
way
don't-
she'd impart any sort of bad on your life. I'm sorry. Just observing the dynamic here.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's
She
what
hasn't
you
said the
think.
N-word once.
Yeah, she refused to say it despite us yelling at her to say it because it'll be funny.
I'll say it.
Also, Martin, is this your sister? Please introduce me.
Yeah, this is my sibling. This is I call her CJ, but it goes by Quinn. So
Cool. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Has she ever been on or have you ever been on the podcast?
Yeah, I have.
a couple of times.
I'm usually just quiet.
I was gonna say, what's your role? Like, what's your dynamic here?
A presence of some variety.
I don't know.
Take up space.
So Martin says the N-word, and then you're like, yeah.
I mean, these idiots don't usually give her space to
They're,
talk,
like,
but
don't acknowledge it.
yeah,
Fair
it's
enough.
okay.
But we're chill. It's fine.
Cool. When the Inhuman podcast inevitably blows up.
Inevitably.
We are at 4K plays right now.
Total or per
Total.
episode? Total. Okay.
Are they all
episode.
for me when
God,
I'm
if I was getting 4K per episode, I would have sponsors out the ass, and I wouldn't be going to school.
Wait, how many episodes are there? Because I've listened to each one at least once.
70 at least, right?
85.
Okay.
But they're all people you know, because I find that's like the
It
effect
probably is all
when you
people.
start-
No, actually,
Can you tell more or less like what state your demographics coming from? Because like YouTube,
Well, I
is
mean,
a lot of
pretty
it comes
detailed.
from. I actually can see when you listen to it because
Really?
I'll see
'Cause it's
like
Ithaca? 'Cause I'm the only person there?
Because I'll see like Ithaca,
Yeah.
New York. Your top.
Oh, you
cities.
get like IP, like you get city specific.
Wait,
yes.
you can tell when someone's listening to it?
I can tell
Where it's
usually the
coming
same
from.
day.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Not like in the moment because SoundCloud doesn't always update super quick.
There was that
I was
one
gonna say,
time
I
I
listen on
pretended to
Apple
be a
Podcasts
middle-aged
usually.
Ukrainian
That was
man.
so funny.
Oh, yeah.
I can't get over that.
Yeah, Martin put up like a user experience survey, so I filled it out as though I was a middle-aged Ukrainian communist that stumbled upon the podcast at an internet cafe. And he thought it was real. So
I didn't know who did it. I
Wait, that's
figured
so
it was-
funny.
we went out to dinner. He starts talking about this weird survey answer we got, and then eventually I just start laughing and can't hold it anymore. Like, it was you, wasn't it? Yeah, it was me.
Dude, that's cruel because Martin
That's
was
good.
really happy about it.
That's a good, no,
I
that's a
put
good
my- I
prank.
put my
I
It was
like
interesting. It was interesting. Like even if it came from a total stranger, I still would have been cool with it. But like the fact that it came from Andrew is pretty funny.
I put my name as like Boris Malashenko. I used like a fake Ukrainian email address.
He said that his favorite website was rt.com.
Yeah. Like, how did you first hear about the Human Podcast? It was left open in the internet cafe?
I was like, interesting. I can also see like location information for like different countries. So like we've gotten like one listen in Tunisia, which is like super funny.
Or it's a VPN.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
But
I feel like if you have more guest people on, you'll like inevitably get more listens.
We like only
'Cause,
have
like,
guest people on.
I mean,
pretty much
Listen,
like
after you guys have me on, you'll see this podcast gonna blow up in Italy.
you know what's
please
interesting?
don't listen to it.
The
There's so much
I
ciao.
think like the metadata is actually super. I mean, this is really inside baseball, but the metadata is super.
Inside baseball.
What is inside?
When you're talking inside baseball, it means that you're talking about like the specific things of a topic that only like insiders would know. So if I was like, I would be like talking about like podcast metadata, but
Why
like
baseball? Could none apply for anything?
it's a turn
It's
phrase.
a boomer euphemism.
Oh.
It is a boomer euphemism.
Continue.
People who actually watch baseball.
So boomers.
But
That word has come so many times.
what was I talking? Oh, title matters. I was surprised because we have an episode.
Yeah, title and tags. I mean, I don't know if
Tags. Who gives a shit?
Wait, what titles?
Tags are important.
So the title SCP-096, which I think is like episode 59, is actually one of our most popular episodes.
Really?
Makes sense. That's one of those popular SCPs.
Well, I feel like you only talk about the SCP for like a little bit.
We only did talk about the SCP
Yeah.
for a little bit,
We
which is
talk
like,
this stuff.
Yeah,
Doesn't
some
matter.
of your
the rest of
titles,
the
like,
episode
don't-
was pretty entertaining front to back, and it was one of our longer ones too. So it was like an hour.
About.
But yeah, I was really surprised. Like that was the one that really did it. Also, Brian Clyde.
Oh, I haven't heard that.
You know
one
the
yet.
guy with the Texas courthouse shooter with the really poorly put together M4
yeah, the fucking
or the AR-15.
the fake Boogaloo guy.
His name, we didn't know his name at the time, but his name was Brian Clyde. But
God,
I
that
guess
guy
people who
sucks so
were
much.
he's such an idiot.
Yeah.
But I guess people who looked up who Brian Clyde was,
I'm gonna say. Oh. I'm just gonna move this.
our podcast showed up in the search results, so it just like got more plays that
Yeah.
way.
I love that, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
I love
got
it.
it on Walmart.
Yeah. But we had a problem where we got like a bunch of fake plays. Don't do that.
I like don't talk that much anymore.
Yeah, I know. But we got like a bunch of fake plays, and I was like, oh man, this is really gonna screw up our numbers
How do you know it was fake?
because
Oh
it's
yeah, I
like,
remember you were angry about that.
it's like 1,000 plays in the span of like
30 seconds or some shit.
like an hour.
But like, isn't that like someone's trying to gas you up? I guess if it's
I don't
from a
know,
bot,
but I
just-
don't
yeah,
know
but if they're not
who
genuinely
it
listening,
was.
then it's not like worth anything.
Yeah, and then it happened again. Like the first time it was all SoundCloud plays, and then like this most recently in October we had one that was all RSS feed plays. So not only could I not identify like the website it was coming from, but it was like I'm on like so many different providers right now. It's like, or like I say I, but like we are on so many different providers right now. Like it's impossible to tell now just like where all the traffic is coming from.
Yeah, I feel
Even
like
more so.
I feel like it's probably more accurate on YouTube. It's like because you can
Oh,
see
YouTube's analytics are amazing, but they don't tell you anything. Like they
No,
tell
they
you
do.
so much, but not a lot.
I think what's
Also,
most
we don't have a presence on YouTube really.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Like, we're on
Apple
YouTube,
Podcasts
but
is, like-
we like most of our listens come from like iTunes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean YouTube stats are super interesting because like you can see go by location, gender, age, but then you also get like data about like, so I only recently started switching to, this is inside baseball, I only recently started doing like weekly uploads to kind of keep relevant because everyone's like, all anyone talks about on YouTube, if you've like heard a YouTuber speak, is like, you gotta be consistent, man, the algorithm, like
yeah,
that's the only,
that's the whole thing.
but it's so true because the amount of impressions, like you can see the percentage of your impressions that you get from YouTube recommending your content. And I used to get like maybe 7% of my impressions from YouTube doing that. As soon as I started uploading weekly, it jumped to like 22%. And it was like a massive, like I was getting like way better like views as soon as you post. Because those are the hardest views to get. It's like right when you post.
Yeah, we're playing the long game though. Like we get like not a lot of plays on new episodes we upload, but like on the back
People come back to
catalog.
your own. Well, I mean, not to overly compliment you, but I feel like the material is relatively timeless.
That's what we that's what we go for. Like we don't
I've
try
listened to some of the old episodes and like they're still good.
a lot, like we try to avoid current events and like things that kind of go out of style or like talking about things that like maybe will be like relevant for another month, maybe, but like
We will touch on current events occasionally, but it's like things that
but we'll talk about it in like the
it's
bigger
like
scheme of things. You know, it's not about
it always transition into some like bigger or more convoluted thing.
Yeah.
yeah. It's very rarely about like we talk about the Dallas courthouse shooter and then like only the events surrounding it. We don't, but like when we were talking about it, we were talking about how funny it is that all of these things happened, and like it's all things that could happen again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
It's like placing in the bigger context where people would listen
Yeah.
to the one event and then like kind of keeps going.
Yeah, just like we try our best to keep it relatively timeless because
Also, some of the things are just like not current events related at all, so it could just be like you don't know when it was. Occasionally,
Yeah.
we'll reference like what's going on. Like a couple of years ago, we did like we mentioned like we didn't know when Thanksgiving was or something. Or no, I don't know. I just remember
like,
everyone.
we'll talk
yeah.
about things that are happening like in the week. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll see you on Saturday, and then you like listen to it like 2 years later. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, well,
Or like the New Year's resolutions episode came
Yeah.
out in like April, and I was like, ha ha ha, good times.
yeah, that's the thing. Like the production cycle is so crazy long that you can end up with something that comes out next week or something that'll come out 3 months from now.
I do like listening to them though. Like whenever I went for a run and I was listening to, I don't remember which one it was. Oh no, I think it was the one the idea that you had. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like, what do we do with the population that was like below that IQ or whatever? And you guys had the most ridiculous suggestions. Like I had to stop running because I was laughing so hard. It was so
I
funny.
assume most of them just involve killing them in some way or shape or form.
Martin's like, we load him into a cannon and shoot him up into space and like just
Yeah,
stupid
that's
shit
one.
like that. I don't know. It was so funny. But yeah, I don't know. So like, even though the production cycle's delayed, like it's still funny later. Also, because it's delayed, I forget what I said and what everyone else said. So like, then it's funny.
Yeah.
But
have
I
you
guess
considered
we're-
doing like highlights, like the H3 podcast, like just doing like 4-minute bits?
No, because some of the like the length of the episodes varies wildly. Like we have had episodes that last 17 seconds all the
yes.
way up to 2.5 hours.
It depends how long we're on.
Well, I heard the AJ Frank one was pretty long. It was like 2.5 hours, right?
We recorded for 2.5
then
hours,
chop
but
them
the
up.
way I do it is we sit and we record for 3 hours every 3 months.
Well, yeah.
And then chop
Yeah.
it up.
Also, is
so
this
you
getting-
can
this
end
is
up with
getting-
like 20 minutes, an hour, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and then it's just like sequentially uploaded.
Gotcha. Well, fam, it is about coming to my time to close. I do have to leave, but is there any closing segment, yo? I don't want to end your
I don't
podcast,
know.
but
No, you're good.
For the-
We'll probably keep going for
People like come in and out during podcasts.
As
Yeah.
you've
Like I
observed.
love whenever
That's
David
true.
comes in late and he gets roasted and then he shows up. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's funny.
well,
Or
I
like
don't
when
know.
people leave. Yeah.
Any-
I mean,
any-
usually like this will probably be the end of an episode. Probably. I don't know.
do you guys want me to like whip or nay? Like, what do you guys do around here?
Gay ass
Is that not cool?
baby.
no, Renzo, we were playing a game for Thanksgiving, and it's like I forget, it's called like Scribble This or some shit like that. I don't know, but like it's basically like levels of charades, but it's crowdsourced the topics, so you all write them down, put them in a bowl. So first you pick one out, and you have to do like it's basically like taboo. You have to describe the word without saying it. And then it's like you have to do charades, and then it's like you have to say one word, but you have to like vary the intonation to get people to guess like the word that is on the paper. And so one of the words that Renzo put in the bowl was cringe ass nay nay baby. So every time like someone would be like, he'd be like, cringe ass nay nay baby, and I was like, oh god, I fucking hate this game.
And I know exactly how he would say it too. Like his eyes would get all wide and be like,
Oh,
yo,
cringe ass nay nay baby. Yeah, it's fucking his suggestion, but yeah. I don't know. All right, cool. Then I guess I'll pop out. Thank you guys for having me. Really
no problem,
appreciate it.
Sergio. Thanks for coming.
Applause sound effects.
Well,
But let me set the next topic. Next topic, abort. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
Oh god.
whatever you guys want. It's your podcast.
okay.
Postnatal abortions, yes or no?
Oh, all about that. I think it's called murder nowadays, but
Okay.
you know.
Chris, do you want to scooch or should I
Yeah,
swing
Yeah.
around?
Martin, I'm gonna use your restroom.
Of course.
Absolutely not.
Nope, not allowed.
Only poopy.
There's a perfectly good outside.
My poopy comes out brown.